What is up, ladies and gentlemen? So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the occult symbolism of X. We're going to be looking into different other cryptocurrency projects and see if we can see some meaning in them, as well as just looking at the cryptocurrency market and where I think it might be heading. So if you've been paying attention to the news lately, you would be aware that Twitter has turned into X. So Twitter.com now is X Corp. One of his first companies that he started was X.com, was supposed to be some kind of financial institution, online financial institution, and later on it turned into PayPal.
Like in China, you can live on WeChat basically. It's like, everyone's like, like you live on WeChat, you do payments, you do everything. It's like, it's great. Basically, WeChat's kick ass, and we don't have anything like WeChat outside of China. So I was like, my idea would be like, how about if we just copy WeChat?
He's been making comments that he wants to basically buy Twitter to create X, the everything app. So transforming Twitter into WeChat. Now, WeChat is being used in China for pretty much everything. So within WeChat, you can pay somebody, you can get a taxi, you can order food, you can go on social media, basically doing most of the stuff you do on your phone in one single app. And there are quite some concerns about this because within this app, you can also integrate this social credit score system. So why X? Now, there are different significance or meanings to the letter X depending on the culture that you're in. X is an ancient symbol for change and transformation, long associated in medieval and Renaissance art with the coming of the Messiah who shall make all things new. What I find interesting about this definition is the word transformation. Not only are we pretty much transforming an old company to a new company, but we are seeing the transformation of an old financial system into a new financial system. Another meaning we could see is the luminous Masonic meaning of the X is simple. It is the sign of Osiris, the great Egyptian sun god. Now, Osiris is the master of the underworld, the next world, the afterlife. Pretty much also you can see the transformation in that. You are transforming from the dead to the living, transforming into the material world into the spiritual world. And as you can see with this statue, you can see that Osiris is making the X with his arm. And here is another illustration of Osiris where you can see that he's making an X mark with his hands and tools. Now, there are a lot of other meanings to the letter X, and most of them I found were positive. It's strength, hard work. Another one was financial, and it has a financial aspect to it. And there's also a sexual component to it. As we can see when we have a film that's XX rated, most people know what that means. Now, X is also the 24th letter of the alphabet. So if we just look at numerology, X, 24, and as well as Ripple XRP or XRP Ripple, we can have an inverse 24 right here. Now, there are many brands and even a lot of celebrities that use X or incorporate X into their branding. Quite fascinating with 24 is it's a symbol of duality. This means that it represents both the material world and the spiritual world. So with the color scheme, you can see a lot of these logos are black and white. So X.com, black and white, XRP, black and white. So these are some of the ISO compliant tokens. So ISO is International Standard Organization, and they're transforming in the financial system as we speak. So things are definitely changing into a more of a digital world. But just observing, what I want to show here is how a lot of the tokens or cryptocurrencies have that black and white aspect to it, as well as astrological aspects. So you can see we have Ripple, black and white. We have Stellar, which looks like Saturn. Hedera hash graph, if you just tilt it to the side or just kind of rotate it, you have the symbol of Gemini. And then you have a token called Constellation. And these are just a few that have that black and white color scheme and also have some astrological aspect to them. Now, another aspect to the number 24 is its association with Jupiter, specifically seeing its logo or its symbol look like a 24. Now, Jupiter is associated with the principle of growth, expansion, healing, prosperity, good fortune, and miracles. So next year will be 2024, and we can see that 24 right there at the end. Or you can also look at the Hebrew year, 5784, which ends up being 24. So it's quite possible that these cryptocurrencies or these projects or these businesses tied to this 24 might do really well. And this could be a reason why Elon Musk wanted to basically change Twitter into X before we get into the year 2024. Now, if we have a look at the cryptocurrency market, I definitely believe that we still have possibility of moving higher in the next weeks. And August could be a good month, but September is where I'm a bit worried, and where I've seen some astrologers talking about September not being a good month. So I'm hoping August will be a good month. Take some profit in August and sit back in September. In October, we have a couple of eclipses that I'm quite a bit concerned of. So just listening to these astrologers, which a lot of them have been quite right, I'm going to pretty much sit back in September and October, and then maybe jump in a little later if there's this crash that some people are predicting. But until then, so far we look good. The month of August still looks good. We're on an uptrend. Bitcoin has been hitting this support lines. And as long as we don't break this and go down, I think we can just pretty much bounce off of here and move forward. And if we look at the lunar cycles, today is going to be a full moon. So we should have a full moon printed here. And usually in the full moons is where we have our bottoms. So if we kind of still repeat this process, having lows in the full moon, highs in the new moon, a low in the full moon, and a high in the new moon, we can definitely bounce out of here. And then in the new moon, we might have, maybe we'll break 33,000. And that would be some great time to take profit. So I'm definitely looking into that. This moon cycle, although isn't perfect, I'm pretty surprised how consistent it's been. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time. Peace.